Tikko cienījamies Dīvānvīzijas klausītāji un skatītāji. Mums ir mazā, bet epizode un ar vislielāko viesi, kāds mums jebkad ir bijis.
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys going?
Great.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a little bit stressed,
Yeah.
but it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Basically, he just said you are the biggest guest in our podcast history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really?
So,
So-
But not the first Eurovision guest.
yeah,
Oh,
We
not the
had
first.
the Eat Your Salad guys.
Just maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had them, and
Well, we usually start our podcast with a very important question.
Yeah.
But this time it's going to sound even better than most other times. What is your relationship with Eurovision?
Well, my dad's French and my mother is also European. So I was introduced to it when I was like 4 years old. So yeah, I come from a very dense European background.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
At what time does Eurovision usually start in Australia?
Very early, about 5 a.m.
Oh, nice. So someone it's very late. Maybe
for us, it's
for us it's 9 p.m.
p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, I know mom and dad, I think they have to get up at like 3 a.m. or something because the time difference on Western Australia versus New South Wales is completely different.
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy actually. Yeah. So let's jump into other questions, maybe.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we did talk.
Okay.
Not done yet.
Okay.
We
Okay. I'm
did
sorry.
talk a little bit before, but how are you enjoying Riga?
Okay, you cannot take, because I've told Clemen from Slovenia that Slovenia is my favorite country.
Yeah,
But I'm
that's
sorry.
one of the questions are about Slovenia. Why do you like it so much as well?
Oh, there you go. Slovenia is it's just beautiful because I mean I love nature so much and I love experiences, and when I feel like I don't know I'm a different like for instance why I love Latvia, well I've only been in Riga, is I feel like I'm back in the medieval time, and back in Australia I always go to the medieval fairs. I love dressing up as well, and you know, like I was obsessed with blacksmiths growing up, the people who used to like forge swords. Just I love that stuff,
Yeah.
and I feel like when I'm here, I feel like I'm back in those times.
There's actually, if you look on TripAdvisor, top like clubs, nightclubs in Latvia, the most medieval one is usually the one that pops up first.
No,
Yeah.
actually, yeah,
Yeah.
medieval
Folk
clubs.
Club Ala. It's near here, I think.
Do you have like people like dancing on the table to like fiddle music?
Actually,
I
I have not been.
Probably it has happened. But
It has happened, bro.
you go downstairs, everything's in rock or something.
Oh,
It's like
Yeah.
really
This
medieval
this is what I
times.
mean. This is what I just have never experienced anything like that in the world. I've been to so many countries before as well, and I haven't experienced something like this.
It's very cool. We're proud.
And it's really good to
Well,
walk
it
in
is.
heels here as well. You know, cobblestone, it's pebblestone. What's it called? Cobblestone. Cobblestone flooring for heels is like the best thing to walk on ever. Suck,
Have you
outside.
heard any comments about your heel?
Someone called me Elvis Presley, and I was like,
Oh.
you know what? I'll take that one. I'll take it.
Letters usually are not that receptive
Yeah,
to
we are
heels
quite-
on men or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're still trying to figure it
We're
out.
still
All
moving
the,
on to
all
Western
this,
European
yeah.
culture.
I have noticed that because I wear crop tops to the gym, and I've been to the gym twice here, and I know I get a lot of eyes on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
they're just like, you know, they look at my face, look at my belly, then they look at my legs, look at my belly, legs, belly, legs, belly, and now hold on belly.
But on the other side, Latvians are like the people who never come up to any celebrities they see.
yeah,
So
we're quite
if-
shy.
Yeah, we're very shy. And
We had two people track us down yesterday with
Oh, thank you.
a bag of goods. They gave us the alcohol,
Yeah.
the traditional.
do you
alcohol.
get recognition here?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh,
See
that's
that.
nice.
That's
Yeah.
actually quite
Yeah.
impressive because in
Uh,
Lat-
I post on my story though as well, and I think they found us through my story because we posted at one of the bars, and I think it was recognizable, and that's how they must have found us.
okay.
Cool.
But yeah, for us, your story at 1 a.m. I think running. That was crazy.
Well, Latvians found out that you're here.
Oh, that's
the story.
That's the story. Yeah.
you know, when I was running, even when I was running with my shirt off, it's like everyone's looking at me
It
like
was
this
that
man's
warm, quite
crazy.
warm night, right?
What's that?
It was quite a warm night.
No, it was cold.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was. I checked the degrees and it was 6 degrees.
Oh, it's quite warm here in April and at night. That's quite warm. That's okay.
Australian freezing.
Yeah.
You could leave your chicken out in like outside here, and you would not get salmonella.
The quick question before we start with all other questions from our fans and why especially Latvia and Riga? Just
Because on Twitter we read that you just don't want to go the far way to
Australia and then coming back to
Eurovision.
Europe and
That's why you just travel
well,
around Europe.
yeah, we're traveling around to like it's basically a big promo press kind of tour
okay,
thing. So,
okay,
and
that
that's the
makes
thing.
sense.
It's like
Yeah.
after the pre-parties, we don't really have anywhere. Like all the other contestants can, fly 2 to 3 hours back
Yeah,
home. But
yeah, that's true.
for us Aussies, it's like we're
It's a bit difficult.
20 hours away and like 4 days of jet lag. So it's,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, and
We
okay.
really wish that this would be a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, but
We
to
have so much we'd like to ask you, but time's limited. So what's the next question?
yeah,
oh, cool. So I love it.
actually, the first question is from our guest like 2-3 days ago.
2-3 days ago.
We just made another podcast with
Latvian
an
opera young star.
Yes,
Which will-
and she is asking what does
and a massive Eurovision fan.
yeah
Oh,
a massive
amazing.
She loved your son.
And what she's like, she's established in Latvia.
Well, she's established, I'd say, in social media more than on the stage.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
I think she's quite popular in Latvia.
she's
So,
quite popular.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is,
Enough one.
what does the milkshake man really mean? Is there some meaning behind it?
Yeah, there is, and there's like actually a really deep meaning behind the song, and it stems back to my childhood of like the way I grew up was like on a self-sustained property, so we didn't have access to the water in the town or anything like that. Everything was like done through hard work and things like that. And then when it came to moving to the city, so I was very isolated on that block of land, and when I came to moving to the city, everything was a little bit foreign to me because I wasn't used to a dense population and learning society and like just being amongst all of that. Like for instance, my brother, when he was 11 years old, he got asked to make my mother a cup of tea, and he grabs the electric kettle, puts it on the stove and turns the flame on and like melted the whole kettle because we never had the electricity. We didn't have anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So it comes back to like when I was introduced into the big city, it's like I kind of took me a while to like find who I was again. And I'm like, and embracing who I am. Because I feel like, the way that I grew up was quite different to a lot of other people. And then and then it comes back to the song of just like, finding yourself and like your confidence through self-expression. Because I've always been quite a confident, self-expressive person. And I think a lot of people, struggle to find that a little bit. And it's what I wanted to do is create this world around that of just like, the greatest of like self-expression to vibrance to feeling like the most colorful version of yourself.
Okay, that's actually amazing. Yeah.
I want people to look into the world
Yeah.
of milkshake, man, and be like, oh, well, like that looks so much fun. I want to be like this. I want to incorporate elements of this into my life.
Oh.
And that's why I say in the second verse, the shake is not a drink, it's a state of mind. It's like this ability in us that needs to be unlocked.
Oh, I was
When
not
I first
expecting
saw
that.
the video, the music video, I thought it's about sex.
Yeah, you had a boner after it?
Well, that I will leave that to me. I didn't catch the message at first because it's very visual.
Yeah.
It's a visual experience.
Well, that's what I love about songwriting is like, you can have these songs like Bon Iver, like he writes these songs and you can take your own interpretation of it. But then
exactly.
until you go to like, okay, that's how he wrote it. Like I'm listening to what he's actually wrote it about. It's like, whoa, I never would have thought about that.
Yeah.
And that's what's so beautiful about music is you can have multiple meanings through a song.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, all of this we're hearing is very new to us.
Yeah, no, I love it.
We're listening. Like, all the time.
Oh, I love it.
Very, very
Okay. The second question is about the straight to Eurovision. It's how are you feeling when how did you feel when you learned that you were starting of the second semis? It's
opening the second semi.
it's hard or some feelings about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I feel like if I was doing a slow song, like a ballad or something, I probably wouldn't want to be opening. But I have all the confidence in the world because I know like the staging and the song, everything like that. I know it's like the perfect slot for me to be in. Okay. And I'm very used to opening stages as well. Like I've done a bunch of like tours with like some pretty big acts. And I suppose I'm very used to doing that too, just like getting the crowd up and energized and ready for the next people.
Okay.
If it's not a secret, it probably is.
Staging, no chance.
Yeah. Something. Before Supernova, the Latvian selection, when we had citas, they said 3 key words, which we would see.
Okay, I'll tell you some stuff on staging, only if you get this one question.
Oh, no.
What's the capital city of Australia? I know. No. Is you locking that out? What are you going to say?
Let me think. I know it's not Sydney. That's for sure.
Probably not. But
I'm so dumb right now. Feel so dumb right now.
Canberra for me.
It's something starts with C, I think, but that's
For the options, you'd have Perth as well.
no, that's not right.
Say whatever.
I'm saying the same. I actually trusting his gut.
So say it for me one more time.
Canberra.
Incorrect.
Okay, now we're dumb.
Because it's Canberra. That's the capital city.
You're thinking.
But you said Canberra. So
I said can.
you said Canberra, but it's Canberra. So.
okay.
No. Oh, wait.
Okay, you're
okay.
correct. You're correct. All right. So, I can tell you something on staging. It's going to be fun.
Oh. Will we see the
How's
bus?
that for a load of insight?
I mean, that's
Take all that insight.
Yeah.
it tells us everything. So yeah,
Bus?
What's that?
Bus?
Pause?
bus like on music video, the same thing.
Oh, no, I got to zip on that.
Okay. We tried our best. Sorry, guys, we tried our best. Actually, quite fun question is next. What's the most famous person in your contact list on your phone?
Joe Jonas.
You don't know Joe Jonas?
You don't know Joe Jonas? You know the Jonas Brothers?
I know them. He doesn't know them.
Oh, yeah.
I know them.
Okay.
That's quite huge.
I know.
And the very fun question also. Next one. What is your favorite kind of milkshake?
Spearmint.
Spearmint. Okay, I love spearmint.
Oh, you know spearmint.
Yeah.
So that's out of like most cities I've been to, most countries I've been to in Europe, no one knows what spearmint is.
Oh, that's I think one of the most underrated flavors.
Yeah, it's controversial.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
so many people will either give you shit for it or they'll be like, they love you for it.
Yeah.
I have the question about AFL. We had it in our Eurovision fan chat.
Oh, in our community chat.
Yeah,
I'm
community
sorry.
chat.
Let's.
Somebody asked, "What's your favorite AFL team?"
It's Essendon from Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, the Essendon Bombers. And then in the waffle in Western Australia, East Perth Football.
We saw in your story that you actually saw a game in one of the pubs.
Yeah, it was at it's actually Kiwi. It's called Kiwi Bar.
Kiwi Bar, yeah.
You know
It's
Kiwi
a
Bar?
non-rugby bar as well.
Yeah.
There's all the rugby players, when there's like a event or something, they go there.
Yes. And we have Anzac Day at the moment in Australia, and I know they're doing a big meet up there for it too.
Oh, cool.
Because I saw a few people would message me and said that they were going to be going to Kiwi Bar for Anzac Day.
Cool.
Okay.
Kiwi Bar is cool.
The last question from
Last.
fans. It's like not last, but we have talked
Yeah,
about
we have.
everything else from the questions. What was the process for becoming Australia's representative for Eurovision this year?
It all started when I was on tour in Germany. I was on like a festival run, and then my guitarist, he was half asleep. He doesn't even remember saying it, but he was like, "Oh, Gojo, you should do Eurovision." And I don't know, I heard it. I didn't even respond to him. I just heard it, and then he just went back to sleep. And he doesn't remember it. And then, I sat with me because I've always been like I've always watched Eurovision, but I've never thought about being an actual, participant, like contestant. And then I go back to Australia and I messaged my PR person. I was like, "Do you have any contacts in Eurovision?" And then I sent him a song, and then I didn't hear anything for like 3 or 4 months. And then I just get this message out of the blue from my label, and they're like, "What are you up to tomorrow? Can you come in to the office? Eurovision want to meet you." And then I went to the office and then had like just such a good meeting and stuff. And then I had about 4 interviews with SBS. And then on the 4th time, they asked me a bunch of questions, and then were like, what's it like to be representing Australia in Eurovision this year? And I was just like, what?
What kind of questions are they asking?
They ask me a lot of different stuff, and like, you know, how I deal with like pressure situations and
Like a job interview.
not so much. I mean, it's stuff that you probably don't see on, like, they obviously see everything on social media, but you know, it's like you don't see everything on social media. Like you don't know how I'm like going to handle someone commenting something horrible, you know, and like no one can ever see that. FYI, I'm fine with that stuff.
I have a quick question about the pre-parties. Maybe you can tell us a little bit of insight how the pre-party is going. What's maybe something new
You
for
got in
this
trouble
year?
last time with the hotel stuff, right? With Icelandic guys.
5.
Is there something the fans haven't seen? Like some
Yes.
funny stuff? Or
It's some inside info, or
like
maybe.
something no one has ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like there's probably a lot of things, you know, like
Well, what could you tell us? No, it's not so secret.
there was this one time, like, you know, when you're like kids growing up, you always do like fun stuff, I suppose funny stuff. I remember there was this one time where we used to drive after work. I used to like plant trees for work, like when I was, I don't know, 16 probably. And then I remember we used to drive on our way home. We used to drive past this one apartment, and there was just this guy that would sit out the front, and all you could ever see was a silhouette and a finger holding up a cigarette. All you could see, and it was just this all night. And I don't understand, like this dude he was sitting silhouetted for like 8 hours a day. And then we all had the idea one time just to like my brother took an acoustic drum set down at like 12 a.m. And then I took like a guitar down, and my friend took a harmonica, and we played literally a Christmas carol to him, and then we left.
Oh,
And then we came back.
what memory.
Then we came back a week later with about 12 of my friends. We all stripped down completely naked. And we just ran past him.
What was his reaction?
What's that?
What was his reaction?
Oh, that was easy.
Oh, that's nice.
For 12 hours.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Okay. Do we have some extra questions? Maybe.
Okay, last one.
Okay, sure.
What is the best interaction you've had with other participants of this year?
Oh,
Actually, I have this one and one more.
the vibe one was good. I had heaps of fun doing that. It's like, yeah, I feel like I always like feel like I'm still a kid at heart. So, you know, whenever I get to like muck around and be silly, it's always fun.
And get in trouble sometimes as well.
Yeah. And like I
Part
was
of the process.
I remember watching like the One Direction like YouTube clips when they would be in hotels and just, like, you know, Justin Bieber like knocking and running and just getting up to mischief, you know. And obviously, you know, like respect is very important of other people. But you know, like having fun every now and then is part of human nature.
Sure.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the last question.
What is your favorite Eurovision song of all time?
Ooh.
Good one.
I say Waterloo a lot by ABBA because I mean I just love ABBA, but I also love Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's just,
Are you going
that was
to
my
visit?
introduction to metal, and I love metal.
Are you going to visit Finland as well?
Yeah, we are actually. We're gonna.
It's
We
nice.
got
Yeah.
a message yesterday from Erica's team that we're having like a big lunch together.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Maybe last question from me. What is your most favorite song from this year's Eurovision? Don't include yours.
Except Latvia.
Exactly. Yeah, and I said don't say Latvia because all biased. But maybe you have something special in your heart.
Yeah, well, I love Switzerland, Zoe Me Voyage. I love that song, and I love Lucio Corsi's as well from Italy. I love the ballads.
Okay.
Ballads are my favorite type of.
Yeah, makes sense. We had a lot of discussion about Italy because the Oli from Italy, he qualified, but he just
Oh, he didn't actually qualify.
No, he won with San Marino, but he didn't want to go.
Of the refusal?
Yes, I heard
Yeah,
that, and he
yeah.
didn't take it, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why he didn't take it?
Well, he said it's too overwhelming, right?
Yeah, too overwhelming. He's more
not
focused.
ready for it
Yeah,
Well, that's understandable.
But
I
I
don't know.
mean, he has like sold out dates in Eurovision times.
Yeah,
Sold out
2 hours.
concerts.
Yeah, so maybe
I
maybe
know.
there's other reason because he breaks some
Fantastic, too.
crazy Italian record for most streams in the day in Italy.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah,
He's like the biggest thing in Italy.
yeah,
What's
right.
his name?
It's
Oli.
Oli, I think. Yeah,
Just
Oh,
Oli.
LLY.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. But
Do we know Ollie?
called song.
Does he sing in Italian?
Yes.
Yes.
Valor the nostalgia.
Yes.
Valor
Do you
the-
know a lot of Italian music?
It's my favorite country in Eurovision, apart from Latvia.
But do you know a lot of music outside of
I hope-
Eurovision as well?
Yeah, I
Do you know Angelo
More-
Brandarati?
Angelina.
No, Angelo Brandarati?
No.
Brandarati? It's my pronunciation.
No. I know more than I think usual, like the
Usual.
simple Latvian,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say my Italian music knowledge is very big.
Oh.
I mean, there are,
Do you like Britney Spears? You slut.
I'm too young to live in her glory days. So right now, what can I say?
Okay. So Yeah.
Thank you so much. I wish we
Yeah.
could
talk and talk, but we will let you go. You can do all the other
Do
stuff you have planned
you
for
want.
the yes.
Yeah,
And
Latvia.
Oh, I'm in Latvia. I mean, this is the most beautiful country ever. So
it's
Do
so
you have
great
any
here.
message for Latvians?
yes,
In Latvian, please.
yeah. I was like, wait, how am I going to do this? There was a possibility. This is Latvian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
For
can say that.
summer
I think it's-
solstice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not summer solstice yet, but I absolutely love your country so much. And I appreciate all the love and support and meeting everyone on the streets and your food. I'm yet to be disappointed from being here. It is the most incredible place. And thanks for making Australia feel so welcome and at home.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Number one.
Oh, yeah.
But Australia. How do you say 12 in Latvian?
12. 12.
Just plus news.
It's right.
But
It was good enough. It was good enough.
why 12? Why 12?
12 points.
That's
Ah,
right.
right.
It makes sense, but basically what?
One more question. You said you had a bowl, you had a massive plate of food. That's why you ran. What was the food and where was it from?
The place was, what was the place for?
It was the medieval restaurant.
Medieval restaurant.
It was a medieval restaurant, and it was the rye breadsticks, the fried rye breadsticks
yeah.
and garlic
Yeah.
sauce. Oh, I tell you, like, I am going to take that to Australia and make millions on it.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you. It was great. It was
Thanks
a
for
pleasure.
having me.
Yeah,
So much
It was
fun.
great
it was
experience.
fun. Yeah.
And thanks for my first soy coffee. I've never had one before, but I'm getting another one tomorrow.
No
That's
problem.
what I
Not in
mean,
here.
like a soy. So we're in a pub right now, and I don't know. It's just a pub getting coffee. It doesn't really sound very good, right? Best coffee I've ever had. Latvia.
There you go.
There you go.
Snigla. It's
Yeah.
the name. Best coffee Gojo's ever had.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's not that we're in a pub. It's just because we're in Latvia.
Oh, it's the atmosphere. It's the air.
Yeah. You know how you had a boner during my music video? I've got a boner right now thinking about this coffee.
That's nice. We're similar in some way, right? On this great note, we can finish
Okay.
this. Okay. I will do it in Latvian.
Okay.
Paldies, ka skatījāties. Spiežat īkšķīšus un subscribeojiet. Mums apakšā būs links uz WhatsApp chatu. Tā kā paldies.
Yes, and thank you, Gojo, for coming here. And
Thanks.
yes, see you guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
I can tell you wanna